Hari Om. Let us now continue with this very important portion in which we are. The next section, Swamiji says, all objects in the world are time bound. All objects in this world are time bound. When a pot is made, before it is baked, when a pot is made, before it is baked, there is only clay. One must keep this this situation in mind. Before the pot is baked, there is only clay. Thus, once upon a time, the pot was clay. When it became a pot, it was clay in the form of a pot. It was clay in the form of a pot. Even though it has been baked, even though it has been baked, it is nothing but clay. All that has happened is that the clay now has an added attribute or guna, the pot form. The pot is essentially clay. This this added attribute is what is meant by creation. Creative possibilities are there, but there is no such thing as clay pot without clay. There is no clay pot without clay. When we look at anything in this world, we always find that it is a form with a name. It is a form with a name, depending on some other substantive or vastu. A particular rupa or form is called asat. What a statement. A particular form is called asat. It has the nature of its substantive, but in itself has no bhava. By the time you see an object, it has already changed. It is never the same in the next moment. It is like seeing a film projected on a white screen. It looks as though someone is standing there. But in fact, the frame is continuously changing. Similarly, the frame in one's mind keeps on changing exactly like the film. It is what makes it possible for us to see motion. Because what you have already seen or what you have seen is already gone, because what you have seen is already gone, you do not see it again in the same form. An object has no real bhava. In a flowing river, you do not get the same water at the same place. It is over, gone, flowing constantly in the flow of time. Similarly, any perception you have is conditioned by time and therefore has the nature of being merely an appearance. It is as though there and not really there because it is always changing. It is as though all the time. All objects in the world are time bound. When you see an object, that object is not seen by you as an independent object. You always see some other thing along with it. When you see a shirt, for example, you also see cloth. And when you see the cloth, you see a particular material. So you find that the shirt has no existence apart from its cause, the karana, the cloth. Not only can you not create a shirt without cloth, you cannot imagine one either. Cloth here refers to any material with which the shirt is made. Without cloth, paper, or some other material, it is impossible to make a shirt even in your imagination. You can imagine an elephant entering your ear by seeing yourself as very big. But you cannot imagine making a shirt without cloth. No object exists by itself apart from its cause. An object that does not exist independent of something else cannot have the word sat imputed to it. It can only be called asat because sat will be the one upon which the object depends for its bhava, for its existence. If you remove the cloth, can you wear the shirt? All you will have is the emperor's clothes. There is no such thing as shirt without the material with which it is made. For the word shirt, there is no corresponding object at all. The word bhava means it must independently exist. And because the cloth is the bhava, the shirt has no independent substantive status. Nor can you say the cloth with which the shirt is made is sati because it too depends upon something else. Then what is the real sati? That which exists by its own glory and doesn't depend on anything else for its existence, is called Satya or Sat. Just because something is a cause does not mean it is Satya. Causes themselves depend on their causes and therefore are also Asat. Very beautiful discussion. If everything that we experience is Asat, how is it that we see the world as real, as Sat? How? We say the world is. The world is. We do not look at it as something that is not. It is because in every perception there are two buddhis. Here, buddhi means knowledge, cognition. One buddhi is with reference to the object, and the other is with reference to its sat vastu, the self. One buddhi is with reference to the object, and the other is with reference to its sat vastu, the self. The problem is that we take the is not as is and get confused. This confusion leads to sukha and dukkha. This aviveka leads to sukha and dukkha. When we see a pot, there is a pot buddhi, pot cognition, and we say the pot is. That buddhi, cognition whose object is pot, undergoes a change similar to the changing frame in a moving film. This buddhi is called asat buddhi. That which does not undergo a change is called sat buddhi. Suppose the pot that is seen is replaced by another object, a tree. The pot is gone and the tree is there in its place. Previously, we said the pot is. Now we say the tree is. If we analyze these two cognitions, we can see that the is buddhi never goes. The pot goes because it is asat, and the sat that is always there is now with the tree. When the tree buddhi goes, branch buddhi may be there, and when the branch buddhi is gone, leaf buddhi is there. When the leaf buddhi is gone, chlorophyll buddhi is there. And when the chlorophyll buddhi is gone, particle buddhi is there. When particle buddhi is gone, whatever buddhi that is left will still be there. What is it that remains? Sat, the is always there. Sat, the is always there. Is always is, independently. Therefore, it is called Sat, that which does not undergo change. Whereas the object whose buddhi changes is called Asat. The object is Asat because the buddhi keeps changing. We recognize it differently each time it changes. So, in every perception, there are two buddhis, the object buddhi and the is buddhi. Is buddhi. When we say blue pot, Neela Gatha, both words indicate the same object. The object that is blue is pot, and object that is pot is blue. Similarly, when I say, please meet this person, the musician, both the person and the musician are one and the same object. When we say Arjunaha Pandavaha, there is only one person, Arjuna, and he is a Pandava. In all these situations, there is a substantive adjective relationship. A substantive adjective relationship. The word blue is an adjective to pot in the expression blue pot. However, this is not so when we say the existent pot or this is a pot. Here it seems as though the isness is an adjective to pot. It is not correct. The pot is adjective to existence. The potness qualifies isness. The potness qualifies isness. Here there is sat buddhi, meaning that the pot exists, and there is also pot buddhi. The pot exists and there is pot buddhi. That is the object buddhi, which are two different things. To say this is a pot, to say this is a pot, definitely implies isness, since the word is used. There are therefore always two buddhis, Sat Buddhi and Asat Buddhi, the object Buddhi. Only Asat Buddhi changes, meaning that the existent Sat Buddhi is conditioned by an object as its attribute. Is always there. When the tree is in the form of a tree. Similarly, is can be in the form of a pot, a person, a nose, a body, or anything. Existence is also in the form of thought. Therefore, if there is no thought, what is there is existence minus thought. Existence minus the body, existence minus the world is existence. That existence, Sat, is always there, not affected by any addition to or subtraction from it. Let us pick up the thread of this important ongoing discussion on verse 16 of chapter 2 of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha and pick it up in the next capsule. Hari Om. ॐ दुर्जनः सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जनः शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत बन्धेभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ